Okay. Hello world. This is day 125 of studying compilers every day until I land a compiler role. I kind of want to just chill today, so it's gonna be a little bit of I guess a less substantial stream. I think so. Last time we made like the critical edge splitting pass in the middle end. This time I was supposed to debug the seg fault that we had last time, and then like start working towards the parallel copy stuff. I think instead we're gonna add some like readme work here. Yeah, the seg fault's still first priority. Real quick, let me check something on my stream, because apparently I just have another stream scheduled for some reason somewhere. Let's see. Okay, I guess not. My YouTube might just be tripping. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I guess we'll start by debugging this seg fault. So, yeah. So, we have, there's that, or even just mem to reg. Yeah, so that was crashing somewhere. How about on the HIR? Okay, that's fine. How about without mem to reg? Okay. So it's something in mem to reg again, which is always what happens for some reason. Yeah, okay. So, which one of these is breaking it? Is it swap? No, so it is the first one. Right, wait, what? So it's both combined? That's strange. Okay. Maybe I'm not clearing properly between functions, if I had to guess then. That might actually be what it is, now that I think about it. Yeah, so you run on the entire program. So this is per function. Okay, we should probably add a line break here. Something's going wrong here. I'm not really sure what specifically. Let's just rebuild, see what happens. It should be fine, but that makes little sense to me. Okay. Let's throw in Valgrind again. I don't feel like using the debugger today. Wait, what the hell? This is mem to reg 215, so it is that line. I guess we will just set a breakpoint there. And then let's do like dash, and then dump mir. Oh, wait. I need to give it the program. Okay. Okay, so that's where it quits. So use doesn't exist. Okay, let's look at more closely, I guess. I don't really know what I want to do here. What is going wrong, actually? Let's look at the HIR lowercase. What the hell am I doing? Okay. It works for one or the other, but both combined is causing an issue for some reason, which is interesting. Okay, let's look at just O0 MIR. Okay. What is it doing here again? Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So we start on 4. We start on 3, and then, okay. So that, does that swap correctly? I don't even know. I guess that's irrelevant here. So why is it... Why is this seg faulting anyway? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Wait. Okay, that's HR. Okay, let's look at the stack trace again. Yeah, this is not fun. Not very enjoyable to look at. So where is it dropped? By Deluse. Deluse is by set left. It's in a binary op. Where do we have a binary op? What the actual F are you doing? That's a good question. But like real talk, if you're asking about the overall project, I'm making a compiler from C to x86, 64. Right now I'm debugging a seg fault somewhere in my SSA construction. Oh, is this up here? It could be that. It's the only binary op I have. Let's make that 1. Let's see if that goes away. No, it's still there. Still in a binary op. Where are my binary ops? Oh, is it? Wait, is it this one? That one doesn't make sense. Maybe it's here. Okay, it's not that one. What's causing this? Eight people? Yeah, I am in the big leagues now, so to speak. Let's make this 0 as well. Oh, wait, is it this? Wait. Let's keep throwing things at it. Oh, wait, we found it. So is that one? Please take enough sleep. Yeah, I will do that. I do my best. Okay, so it's not that one. So is it... What? Also, let's go QCX. I see you. So it's this one and that one? I'm so confused there. So it is both of these. What the hell? This doesn't make sense. How can I get deeply into programming? Can't find good resources. I mean, just like learn Python. The nice thing is that so many people have made so many different tutorials that I don't think any of them are bad, to be honest. Like as long as you follow one that's like reasonably reputable and like there are enough people saying good things about it, I think you'll be fine. It's like comparing a bunch of different AP classes, right? Like, or different professors or different teachers teaching different AP classes. Like the content's all the same at the end of the day. But since you're kind of just like self-learning it anyway, like the like instruction material truly does not matter that much. But yeah, just like pick any Python course. It doesn't have to be paid, just like a 10-hour tutorial on YouTube even. And you should be in a pretty good spot by the end of it. Okay, so why are these breaking it combined? Do I need to like clear the map in between? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I have zero idea how to even begin to debug this. So we're just gonna throw this into ChatGPT. Yeah, I have everyone's favorite solution. We'll just start with that. What made you want to study compilers? I took a class like 2 years ago, and it turns out it was really interesting to me. So I did research with the professor, and here I am now trying to, I guess, resharpen my fundamentals a little bit because I'm a little bit washed. Oh wait, that makes sense. Watching YouTube programming tutorial puts you in a loop. Is that how you learn? I guess it's very easy to just like only do tutorial stuff, but I think as long as you follow the tutorial and then build on top of that to like make your own thing, I think it's more than fine. This is where like personal projects come in perfectly as well. Like this entire project here I'm working on, I haven't like, I guess I'm not like necessarily following a tutorial, but I do have like a bunch of reference resources. So last time I learned about like critical edge splitting and like what the algorithm is. You don't really need to know the specifics of that. But I did a bunch of reading for like 40 minutes, and then I like went over and I was like, okay, how do I implement this contextual to my stuff? There was like some pseudocode I looked at, but I didn't necessarily follow it one-to-one. So as long as you're like thinking critically about what you're thinking critically about the code you're writing, and then I guess just like actively learning, I think is the big thing. As long as you do those two things, I think you'll be in a good spot. Good job, bro. Thank you. Okay, let's just give it all of this. Let's just throw this here. Learning the fundamentals in grinding projects? Yes, spot on. Get uses. Oh, wait. So where is this? Is this here? Oh, I guess that makes sense. Oh, that's really annoying. Yeah, okay. It really annoys me when it tells me like, oh yeah, bug 1, and then it's like, oh, but it's correct. It's like, okay, I don't care. If you have children, you have 3 programmers instead of 1. That's true, yeah. It's it's better than having an agent, you know. Who cares about agentic AI? Just get more minions, I guess. Fee get uses. Ah, huzzah. Okay, what line was this again? This is not helping me. 215. Here we are. Yeah, okay. Are you more of a visual or reading learner? It's a little bit of both, I guess. I think historically I found visual more helpful for me, which is why I do like a lot of diagramming. And if you go through my earlier streams, I use like paint apps to like diagram different LeetCode problems back when I was doing like the LeetCode daily. But reading is also like, I think something that's good practice for me, just because like in the future more and more of my resources are gonna be like reading based or like just papers. So regardless of what learning style I actually prefer, the fact of the matter is I'm gonna have to get used to reading more. So I think at least in that regard, I don't really have much of a choice. I was on Linux before, but my PC runs Windows because I play Valorant, which unfortunate fate, but it is what it is. Okay, so should I? Okay, so we want get uses is a map. So fee. So what is this again? So that's a ref. Oh, I need to like use a view or something. That's really annoying. How do you learn how to program in school? Just going to classes. Like, it's really nothing too involved. But the last time I followed an explicit tutorial, it was to learn like web development stuff. Back when I thought I was gonna be like everyone else, and I thought like it was like perfectly fine as well for that. Okay, how do we want to iterate through this? I think we did something similar up here, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So we want that, we get keys. We have that. Instead of this, we want for each use in uses, right? Instead of load, this is fee, I think. HTML CSS class, yes. It was one of the like 5-hour ones. I got through like 2 hours and then I got bored, but yeah. Is that NeoVim? Yes, I am using NeoVim. Oh, another one? We want fee, get uses, yeah, so we have keys with that. It should be fine, surely. Okay. So presumably this is correct now. Let's rebuild it. Huzzah! Okay. So that fixed everything. That makes a lot of sense. Middle end. Okay, cool. So that's like the big action item I wanted done just for like correctness reasons today. I'm not feeling like I want to do a lot of work right now. So what I'm actually gonna do instead of like pushing on and doing more of the more of this stuff, let's get rid of that now. I'm gonna mess around with the readme instead. Oh, is this 125? I think that's 125. Yeah. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this readme stuff instead, because right now the readme is a little bit empty. I'd like to fill it up a little bit more. I want to do ML research and building trading models for fun and reinforcement learning. Yeah, I also think a lot of colleges post their, or a lot of professors post their slides online. Those might be a good resource to look at. I don't know enough about ML to give you like recommendations on resources because I kind of just like followed the class material and called it a day. But I think that's probably a good way to go about it. You kind of just have to like follow a couple of tutorials first and like use like the canonical examples. So like the classifying like handwritten numbers, or like something to do with like grid world for reinforcement learning. Just like mess around with those for a bit, and then you can like use what you learned and try to generalize it to other problems that are more directly related to what you want to do. Okay, what do I want to have on here? What do people even put in their readmes? Still in high school? Oh, okay. Then honestly you're doing more than fine. I think the advice is still good. You probably want to at least be familiar with Python to begin with, but then from there the world is your oyster. If you've taken like AP CSA, or like either or both of the computer science CS courses, I think you will have enough info to kind of just like learn Python pretty quickly. Like you could probably knock it out in like a week or so. Probably less even, depending on how familiar you are with just like general programming constructs. Like I think if you understand loops and like you know what an if statement is, I think that's a pretty good place to be at least. Okay, what even goes in a README? Let's look at some projects. Let's look at some people's projects on GitHub and let's steal some ideas. Let's look at NeoVim. Where can I like browse? Explore. Huzzah, okay. ClangD. Let's look at React. Oh, that's funny. A Yule log is so funny. Okay, wait. This is pretty funny. Let me put this in my Discord real quick. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. This I do not want to look at. Sure. Okay, so like the usual pile. It's like about, and then like install stuff. Okay, sure. Man, this is a really funny project. Oh, this is interesting. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's try to throw something together here. So that, and then like, I feel like editing the readme is easier on GitHub. I don't know, just for like the live preview reasons. Do I have a Neoven plugin to like edit or preview Markdown? Is there something useful here? This doesn't do what I want it to. Okay, we'll just leave this here. Okay, so what do I want? Features, usage. What keyboard do you use? I use a Keychron V3, I think. And it has Gateron Oil Kings. Yeah, I think that's a good pile, and then let's look at LLVM's repo. Oh, huzzah, okay. Okay. So we have usage, installation. Okay. We can just to-do this, I think. Okay. I think that's like a good pile to have, and then like we could just throw license on here as well. What heading level are these? I see. Okay, that's good. I think I'm moving to China for college. I guess it's fair, yeah. I imagine you have like your reasons for that. I don't particularly think it matters too much where you are, but yeah. Yeah, we can do that for now. I guess we could get rid of this while it doesn't exist. What do we want for installation? Also, my hair is not cooperating today. This is pretty funny. Yeah, I don't think moving to China would really change a whole lot, to be honest. Like, it's all kind of still the same process. It's just like, instead of looking in the US for internships and full-time positions, you will be looking in China. Which is like fair enough. Okay. Installation. We will just be very boring with this. Let's just okay, let's steal that. We'll just do that, and then I don't know. We can do that, and then like make. Yeah, we can just do that. What's good, Max? From India? Ooh. I think I get a decent portion of my viewers from India actually, which was something that was just kind of surprising to me. I don't know. It's just like really. It's just surprising to me that there are people that are outside of the US that watch my content, and it makes me pretty happy. Let's look at the make file. I should make this not awful to be honest. Okay, let's just do that. Let's do build. Is there a way to like not make this awful? Okay, let's ask ChatGPT to rewrite some of this because I truly do not care about makefile. From Brazil, ooh, holy hell, we're actually all across the world. That is so cool. How was days at college? Stressful? To some degree, yeah. But the nice thing about computer science is like, at least at my school, it feels like you can get away with not really taking a lot of classes. Like you can kind of just like take all the easy classes and still manage to graduate. But it just comes down to like how much work you want to put into it and what you want to get out of it. Computer science is like, the way I see it is there are majors that are like more, I guess, structured in terms of like progression path. So like I think law is a big one for that. So is like med school / like medicine. I imagine like engineering to some degree. But those are like pretty well defined. You just like, you go to all your classes, you get a 4.0, and then you do more school. Eventually you get like you have like a job lined up in some way. And then there are like majors that are closer to business, which is also where I would put like computer science, where the classes don't really teach you a whole lot that's relevant. So you have to do a lot of the learning yourself, and then you have to look for opportunities. I think like in that sense, if you want to do the learning, or if you think a lot of the learning from your classes isn't useful, you can prioritize like your own learning a little bit differently, less through the classes. But also like some of the classes are really valuable. So like the classes on like operating systems, compilers, I'm a bit biased. Programming languages, those are all really annoying to learn outside of class. But the class environment gives you like a really great place to learn all of that. Networking is another good example. So like, but those classes for us are like technically optional. There are other classes that fulfill the same requirement. So it is just like, how much do you want to get out of your time in school, I guess. So depending on how much of that or where you fall on that, the sliding scale is also adjusted for how stressful school is. If you take all the hard classes, you will be very stressed, but you will learn a lot coming out of it and you will feel unstoppable. If you take all the easy classes, you'll probably have a pretty good time. You could probably sit around and do nothing a lot, but you have to work a lot harder to, I guess, build skills independently to get yourself in a position where you can get a job. That's my like final wrapped up take, at least. What's it gonna change here? Let's replace debug with a variable that is, or merge debug into build. I guess get rid of debug and pass additional CMake flags such as debug through a variable. CE? Hell yeah. There's a lot of times that I really wanted to be a CE major, but the more I think about it, the more I realize I probably would have just gotten whooped by the classes. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we will just be very lazy here. Should be a difference in programs who learn through reading like preference from website and learn from YouTube videos. Not necessarily. Like, it's all the same skills at the end of the day. It's just a question of like, it is just a question of like how much time you put into practice at least. Like a year, like if you try and think of a good example of this, but like at the end of the day, like all the textbooks are kind of like you're learning the same stuff out of a textbook. It doesn't particularly change what you're learning. But like if you go out of your way to learn more of it, then like you'll probably know it better. And I don't know, I feel like people that, if you're asking about like specifically reading versus like watching videos, I guess like I feel like most people that watch videos end up being a little bit worse because it's easier to just like watch the video and then not really think about the content and like not really write your own code. Whereas with the book, you have to like put more intentional effort into it. So like in a sense that might affect things, but I don't think it's just like a quality difference between the two. They're both perfectly serviceable. It's just like what you I guess it's just like what you end up doing with the time that you spend in the tutorial. Why Windows? I play Valorant. There is no other reason. Okay, let's throw that there. Okay, let's give it debug here. Okay, so now we can throw this in here. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's get rid of debug now because we don't care about that. Let's just make this test. So that builds and then it runs tests, I guess. That's good. We don't care about debug dir anymore. Getting whipped right now, classroom 8 a.m. to presumably 8 p.m. Yeah. Oh yeah, 8 p.m. I'm doing assignments. Yeah, that is definitely rough. I imagine like it's kind of just like a rite of passage though. Like I feel like everyone ends up just getting it done, and like it just ends up being, it just kind of is what it is at the end of the day. Okay, we can do that. Code a compiler, go. If you're telling me to write a compiler, I'm working on it. If you're telling me to work on Go specifically, that would be a nice next place to look actually. That could be fun. That's what I thought about, but if you copy the code and self-edit was tried stuff out, it'd be more effective. Yeah, I mean, you could also like, I imagine a lot of textbooks also have like practice problems as well. Like, the book that I recommend for compilers, Writing a C Compiler, that book has, it pretty much like, it teaches you stuff and then it tells you to like implement this feature in like your implementation of the compiler. So it's also kind of like a tutorial in a sense in that way. It's just like if you're reading, I feel like you're probably more attuned to, or I guess like more ready to work on that sort of work. Okay, let's build again. 20 out of 80 people dropped first semester? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the first semester experience though, right? Everyone's kind of trying to figure out where they want to be. Oh, I need to delete the debug directory as well now that I think about it, because we don't care about that anymore. Let's just do that. Woohoo. And then we can also edit the git ignore because we don't care about debug anymore. Hopefully nobody's cloned this. If someone's cloned it, then like, unlucky, I guess. Okay, still building. Okay, that fails all of the tests we expect it to. Set ignore, make file. Who cares about debug? We don't care about debug. So we'll also shrink things down a little bit, which is nice. Actually, surely, I can do that. So we can clone it. So to build and run tests, we want make actually, we don't care about that. I think this is fine. Okay. Usage. I should probably add a thing that like adds this to path, huh? That would be interesting. I know like our compilers group does a lot of like install scripts. I don't remember how they do it. So let me just like look at this. Let's see. What's a good example? Yeah, this is on my second monitor because I don't particularly think they would necessarily want to be thrown on a live stream, but we will see. When push? What do you mean? Okay, this looks correct. Get. I usually push at the end of my streams, but they're all on the all on the same LAR liveness branch. I've kind of just like been throwing everything on this branch for not a good reason. It's just like a mess, I guess, but oh well. Okay, let me figure out how this is done. I don't know. I'm too lazy to figure that out. Yeah, it's all on another branch. Tomorrow I'll try learning Python through YouTube videos and practice projects. Perfect. Let me know how it all goes. For now we'll just let's go build bin panic. Yeah, this is boring. No one cares about the license, it's already there. If your username is not it is strongly recommended to not contribute this. The purpose of that is I don't know. How do I want to write this? I guess what I'm trying to say here is I'm not going to accept pull requests because I'm writing this code to learn about it myself. And if someone else writes the code, I will not learn. What's good, BM? Everything's going well. I'm deciding to take a break from writing actual code and spend some time working on the readme because I don't particularly want to do anything right now. And this is like something I wanted to do anyway at some point, but I just haven't really gotten a good chance to do it at least. Okay, let's look at this. Huzzah! Okay, that's progress. Huge. Okay, is this correct? Yeah, okay, cool. How do you get a compiler job? It's just open source. The main frameworks are open source, but companies still sponsor people to like do work on them. Like for instance, I guess like first of all, some companies do have like closed source forks of them. So like I think NVIDIA's compiler is proprietary. This is not what I'm looking for. NVIDIA and VCC. Yeah, so like their compiler is like technically closed source, I believe, but it is a fork of LLVM. So they hire people to work on that. And then like some stuff occasionally gets upstreamed, I believe. Apple has like their Swift compiler, for instance, which also is similar. Yeah, there's a lot of different closed source projects, but even still, like quant firms, for instance, hire people to work on the main open source compiler projects as well because, well, they want their code to run fast. HPC work, yeah. Yeah, NVCC is rough. Honestly, just like working with CUDA in general is not really fun, but it is what it is. I remember that Clang has CUDA support. I don't remember how good it is. It seemed fine, but not like up to date technically, just by nature. That's good, Philip. Where'd you find compiler jobs? The big places I've been looking are like big quant firms, big tech, and like some small, I guess, very specific like hardware startups, I guess. Those are probably the big three areas. Actually, let's wrap real quick so this is not awful to read. they called issues? These things? Yeah. Submit any issues or bug reports that you may encounter. What is the icon in taskbar? If we're talking about this, it's Westterm. That's the terminal emulator I use. It's quite nice. It's written in Rust. It does everything I want it to. Its support for WSL is also pretty good compared to the rest, apparently. So that's why I use it, at least. Also, it's Lua configurable, so that's one more thing I get to mess around with Lua for, other than just Neovim. Why use makefile and cmake at the same time? Cmake is annoying, so I have makefile as a wrapper for cmake, pretty much. I like the convenience of makefile, but I also like the power of cmake, so I delegate like most of the stuff to cmake, and then I just like have a really light makefile layer around it and call it a day. Is this Envy Chat or Astro? Neither. It's my personal config. It should be in my .files, which I think are pinned on my profile, on my GitHub profile. Yeah, let's do that. Oh. Where am I? Readme. Are you using WSL? Yes. I'm only on Windows because I play Valorant, and I'm too lazy to dual boot. Where would you point someone who wants to learn about compilers? If you're not familiar with programming languages at all, I would recommend Crafting Interpreters. It's a nice web book. It's pretty comprehensive. I haven't gone through it yet, but everyone I have talked to has really enjoyed it. Both people that know nothing about programming languages and people that do like compilers research. The next place is Writing a C Compiler by Nora Sandler. And this is like an actual, this gets you through like an actual compiler, which I think, I've also heard very good things about this book as well. So those are my two official recommendations. Wish C and C++ had a build system like Zig? Yeah, that would be great. Or even, I think Rust has like something sort of like that. It has its own, like, you can write like build scripts in it. While we're on like the topic of C and C++ features, I feel like they surely, I guess like it makes sense why they didn't add a package manager, but like I quite wish they had one sometimes. You can write your build system in C for C. I feel like it's probably doable. It's just like, I guess it would make a mess, so maybe we shouldn't. Okay. Don't contribute. Thanks. Or don't submit PRs. I will close them. Okay, let's see how all that looks. How do I make this mention work properly? GitHub markdown mention user. There should be a way to do this. Ah, huzzah. What? Wait, that's what I did. What? Link to profile. Oh yeah. I guess that would make sense. Okay, so we're gonna hyperlink to myself. I'm the Obama giving himself medal meme. Is it this way? I hope this is the correct direction. How about I just test it in the thing real quick? Steal that. Is that correct? Huzzah. Well, okay. I would not like to do it like that. That's quite ugly. Oh, okay, yeah. That's really ugly. Okay, it is what it is. Maybe I should put the sponsor thing here. Indirectly. We can do that. Yeah, and then we can pull the stupid get sponsors thing that I have. Just copy link. Okay, so then braces, do that. I don't know. I've been thinking about whether I should promote my Gov sponsors more. Like, it still feels strange to me to like ask for money, but also like it truly does like help to some degree. So it's kind of just like awkward. So far I've just like kind of silently put it here and then like in my YouTube description, but like I haven't been like actively promoting it. So I don't know. If any of y'all have any opinions on that, feel free to let me know. I guess I could add more descriptions here. Or I could put this here. Or we could do that and then colon. I don't know how that looks. Let's see. I picked a stupid acronym anyway, so I guess I have to suffer how ugly it looks regardless. Okay. pedagogical attempt at recreating a chunk of LDM's infrastructure from scratch. Okay, let's throw in like we can combine these all into one big pile. Okay, and then what else do I put here? Features. I don't really have anything interesting to say about it right now. Yeah, I think this is reasonable enough. Add readme. Sponsor me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that doesn't really scale too well, huh? that barely doesn't fit. That's fine. Maybe I could just put this in parentheses instead. Whatever. Okay, I think that's fine, honestly. I'm definitely overthinking this. Anyway, I think that's most of the build out for the README I want to do for now. Once I get to a point where I can like start benchmarking, I think that's when I'm gonna update it next. I'm gonna add like a features and like benchmarks sort of thing here, and then maybe add like an additional thing to usage. But that's about it, I think. Yeah, I'm not really interested in a whole lot else for now. Is it all push? It's all push. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call the stream here today. I'm kind of tired and I'm kind of hungry, so I'm going to resolve those two ASAP. Thank you all so much for showing up to my stream today. If you haven't already, make sure you sub to the channel and like the stream. While you're down there, also join my Discord. The whole usual spiel. My brain is a little frazzled. Also, GitHub down there, LinkedIn down there. Also, you can give me money down there too. Yippee. Yeah, that's about it. Take care, y'all. Take it easy. Have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are.